Hi, hello, my name is Gomer Joseph. I hope you've all been having a great day so far. Welcome back to another True Crime Tuesdays video. If you are new, I welcome you. Before I discuss today's case, I'd like to mention my Christian suspense book series, which is Never As It Seems. The first book in the series is available on Amazon, and you can read it on any device on the Kindle app for free. Not only that, but I do have another book series, which is the Juliet Clark book series, which is about a Haitian American teen sleuth who happens to be a successful true crime YouTuber. The first book in this series is titled Murderer at Heart, so the links will be in the description box below if you're interested. Today, I'll be discussing the unsolved disappearance of Audrey Mae Herron. As I researched this case, I found it to be very troubling. All there seems to be are rumors and speculations, but not any real solid leads as to why and how Audrey disappeared. Now, I encourage you all to do your own research with this case and not to just look at my video for all of the information. Here we go. Audrey Mae Herron was born on October 4th of 1970 to parents Ray Turk Sr., who sadly passed away in June of 2011, and Shirley Olmsted. Now, Audrey, she was a mother of 3 children. Her children's names are Soncia, Katie, and Quinn. Now, she was also a nurse who loved her job, and she was loved by her coworkers. Audrey was also described as a woman who was compassionate. She had a beautiful personality. She loved listening to music. She was spunky and full of energy and full of life. Things didn't work out with her oldest daughter's father, but she would later date a guy named Jeff, who actually did come from money, and they ended up marrying each other. On August 29th of 2002, Audrey is 31 at this point, and she's working the late shift. But while she's working, she is just looking forward to seeing her mother and her daughter Soncia, who just came back home from a trip. Not only is she excited to see her mother and her daughter, but she's also excited that she had recently got a raise. And according to Jeff, she called him and she was just explaining how happy she was. So Audrey and a coworker left the nursing home that they were working at and said their goodbyes. Audrey was driving behind the coworker after they left, and she was right behind her coworker for 5 minutes. But after 5 minutes passed by, Audrey was never seen again. The next day, Jeff calls Audrey's mom, Shirley, asking if she's seen Audrey or if Audrey was with her, and he was explaining that Audrey didn't come home after work. Shirley definitely hasn't seen her daughter or heard from her, so Jeff kept calling family members, and he called Audrey's stepmom, who worked with the police department, and got in touch with them. So they quickly started looking for Audrey. As the police were looking for her, they were wondering if Audrey got into some sort of car accident the other night, since it was raining, and the road back home was just poorly lit, and it was a very wooded area. So they were just questioning to themselves if she drove off of the road. There was no evidence of an accident or any trace that she was even on that road back home. Now, the family knew that Audrey wouldn't just leave or abandon her kids, who she loved so much. So they knew that something bad or something suspicious was the reason why she was nowhere to be found. As the police continued to investigate, they were beginning to wonder if foul play was probably a reason why Audrey disappeared. Now, they looked into her oldest daughter's father, but didn't come back with anything against him. They would also look at Audrey's husband, Jeff, and the investigators stated that he was cooperative to a degree, but couldn't explain any further as to why he was somewhat cooperative. Since Jeff was being looked at, there was this one specific theory. Now, once again, Jeff, he comes from money. His family actually owns a golf course, and the thing about this golf course, it was rumored that it was sponsored by the Russian mob. And the rumor goes on further to say that Jeff's family owed money and made Audrey disappear as a warning, but the police weren't really able to find anything to confirm this theory. Now, here's what makes Jeff seem a bit sketchy. So Jeff was not really seen looking for Audrey at all, but this is something that Jeff's father denies. But, Jeff, he was also never showing up to the events that her loved ones set up to get her face out in the public. Now, Sansia, even though she's not Jeff's biological daughter, she does suggest that it's possible that Jeff didn't want to get into the public as his way of protecting his kids. There was a tip made to the police where Audrey could possibly be, but sadly, this person who gave this tip was stating that where Audrey was, she would definitely not be alive in, and they just assumed that she was buried in this specific area. So the police, they follow this tip, they go to this area and they start looking all over the place, but Audrey's body wasn't found and her vehicle is missing and is still missing to this day. If you have any information at all, please be a snitch. Call 911 or the Caskill, New York Police Department, which is 518-622-8600. By the end of this month, it would have been 20 full years since Audrey has gone missing, and I cannot imagine the pain that her family has gone through for this long, not knowing where Audrey is and not knowing what happened to her. Her loved ones have been robbed of 20 years without her. Again, her father passed away not even knowing what happened to his own daughter. And even though Audrey's been gone for this long, it doesn't stop her loved ones from doing whatever they can do to provide them with the answers that they're looking for. And I do pray that God would provide them with those answers that they've been searching for like 20 years. Now, the God that I serve, the God of the Bible, is an all-seeing God, and he knows exactly what happened to Audrey that night. I thank you all for taking the time in your day to watch this video. If you did like this video, please feel free to hit the like button. If you have any thoughts on this case at all, please feel free to leave your thoughts in the comment section below. If you'd like to see more videos from me, please feel free to subscribe and click the bell to be notified about the next video. If there's a certain true crime case you'd like me to cover, go ahead and let me know. I will see y'all for next True Crime Tuesdays, and I will talk to y'all later.